Hi, this is Susan, starting up a new broadcast. I'm inside now at the Norton Simon, and welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Welcome. I'm inside the Norton Simon Museum, and what we're looking at right now is, I'll try to get a steady on view, is a painting by Vincent van Gogh of his mother. And I've actually read about this painting. He actually did this, I believe, when he was in Arles, and from a black and white photograph that he had of his mother. And there was apparently some conflict, definitely some conflict at home, and his mother didn't approve of him or his artwork, and he painted her with an affectionate expression on her face because this is how he wanted to remember her. And notice that the photo was black and white, and notice, it's almost monochromatic. The face is pretty green looking, as you can see. It's quite a famous painting also of Van Gogh's mother. Welcome, thanks for joining. I know, it's a very sad story about Van Gogh. He apparently had temporal lobe epilepsy, which would account for his bursts of passion and temper and cutting off his ear, but also this incredible power, visionary energy and power that he brought to his paintings. I'll try to get as close as I can. You can actually see, if you're getting close enough, the brush strokes of the mulberry tree painted in 1889. Yeah, it is interesting. Thank you. Yes. At the time, he was sort of the precursor to this style. No one was doing this style of artwork. It was completely original, and he was never famous in his own lifetime. As a matter of fact, he was quoted as saying, my art will amount to nothing. I'm quite sure of it. And now these paintings are worth multi-millions of dollars, and people flood the museums to see them. So it's kind of sad that he didn't gain recognition in his own lifetime. Okay, I'm going to move down to Emile Bernard, and then we're going to go over here quickly to Paul Gauguin. Paul Gauguin was actually a contemporary and friend of Van Gogh's, and Theo, Van Gogh's brother, actually arranged for Paul Gauguin to share a house with Van Gogh. And they were both struggling artists in the late part of the 19th century, and apparently a huge fight ensued, and Gauguin just packed up his stuff and left in a huff. And I think that's when Van Gogh cut off his ear. It's just pretty bizarre behavior, but if you understand that he had temporal lobe epilepsy and was having seizures, that would explain. And he didn't know what was wrong with him. So right now we're looking at Gauguin. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to move down here to Emile Bernard, a French artist, Brittany landscape. And I'm just going to do an overview here of the museum. You can see it's got a pretty good crowd for a Thursday afternoon. It's quite hot in Pasadena today. It's about 92 or 93 Fahrenheit. And there's a special exhibition on. 3 paintings from the Musée d'Orsay in Paris are here, including Whistler's Mother, which I've never seen. Although I've visited the Musée d'Orsay a couple of times, I've never seen that painting. So I am going to, because they told me my visit time is 1:40, and we're about there, so I'm going to close out the scope for now, and I will probably be back. Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining Texas Ghosts and others. Me saw Elvis. That's cute. Thank you for joining. What is my favorite painting ever? Wow. I have to think about that. What is my favorite painting ever? Probably one at the Musée d'Orsay, but I don't think I could limit it to just one. I have several favorites. Any of the Monet paintings of the cathedral in Rouen would definitely be near the top of my list. And you can see people down there looking at the Van Goghs down in the corner. Down in the corner where we just started. Okay, so I am actually going to close out the scope and go to the special exhibition of 3 paintings from the Musée d'Orsay in Paris. And I doubt I'll be able to bring my cell phone out because they usually don't allow photographs during the temporary exhibitions. But in case they do allow it, then I will be back in a couple minutes. And if not, I will probably be back in 35, 40 minutes, something like that. Thanks for joining. Bye. Can you get closer to the sculpture? Yes. I certainly can. I'm sorry. Just a lot of distractions here. These are by Edgar Degas, famous French painter and sculptor. And actually, there are some very famous Degas paintings here, which I will try to visit later. Thank you. Yeah, they are nice, quite nice. You can see the Van Gogh painting, Mulberry Tree, in the distance, and the painting of Van Gogh's mother. There are corners. There are corners, okay. So there are 3 sculptures here by Degas. Okay, so I am going to close this out, and I will be back. Thanks for joining.